Hey, sorry, people. Sorry for that. The intro's on loop. I don't know what it was on there, man. Hey, South London, you're a bad guy. You threw me off. But let's do what we need to do first. People deluded. I'm back again. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Obviously, it's afternoon times in the UK. Wherever you guys are on this earth, people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Hope you all had a solid week in terms of moving that much closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, overcoming hardship and all of those sort of things. Without health, you're dead. So I hope you and your loved ones have continued good health, and you know what, even better health, because you can never be too healthy in it. Hope you all had a great week. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Hope next week is filled with, you know, even more riches for you lot, spiritually, mentally, financially, all the illies and them things there. As usual, one love to the Twitch and YouTube crew. I appreciate you guys for supporting the thing. Make sure you're supporting across both platforms. If you're on YouTube, please smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. You know, Twitch gang, you lot are amazing what you're doing. Make sure you lot are getting over there and following on Twitch. I can't lie, people. You know, if you was on Twitch, you'll know about it. But we watched every Lacazette goal that he scored for Arsenal, and we watched every goal we scored last season. I tried to upload it onto YouTube, and man has been hit with bare copyright claims, and that I've appealed it. I'm like, it's just a reaction thing. Like, man ain't claiming nothing. But yeah, this is why you need to be on Twitch, because you can, you know, basically what you can't do on YouTube, you can do on Twitch in it, so we can watch things together and things with no issues. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I know I'm not here at the usual time of 11:30. It's the weekend, man. Let DJ get a young lion, people. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well and safe, man. Not caught a live stream in a long time. How is everyone? Speaking for myself, I'm calm, man. The intro is lit. The intro is lit. South London, you're a bad guy. Of course, you think Zidane's not spinning that Leverkusen one? You think Ramsey's not sharing his? Come on, I've scored many more. There's others on other people's phones, but that's the top of the lot, mate. Of course I am. When my kids try to give me verbal and they try to say, I'm not listening to you, Dad, you weren't a professional footballer, I'll be like, listen, son, you know, your old man knows a bit or two about this football thing, innit? I don't need a touch, you know what I mean? You know? Okay, hell, is that DG or Saving Gerard? Or was it Thierry Henry, man? Salute businessman settings. Can't lie, I like that username. I'm happy we got Marquinhos finally. I'm happy we just signed someone in it. I haven't, forgive me if I'm wrong. I know all the leading services and all the in the nose and things are saying it's more or less done. It's what we've known for a long time. I haven't seen him announced on Arsenal.com. Maybe I'm wrong in that regards, but that's what I call as the fat lady singing. But that probably will be our first signing. Pardon me. I hope that Marquinhos, you big up yourself, Jonathan, as well, man. I hope that Marquinhos you is able to surprise us. And, you know, obviously Martinelli was brought in under similar circumstances, initially meant to be part of the 23s development sort of player, impressed it with under Unai in pre-season, took his chances in Europa, and we're at what we're at. I hope Marquinhos can go on and do that, because obviously I would like to see Nelson involved next season, or stay at Feyenoord or go somewhere he can play. I would like to see him involved. I don't want to put too much expectations on the young Marquinhos. He looks raw. He looks untested. I've never seen 90 minutes. So I hope he can do that. If he can't, you know, people have to be a profit player. Can you turn that 3 million into 30? Can you turn that 3 million into 6 million? I look at Tavares and Marquinhos. If they are great enough to do this thing, and, you know, for Marquinhos, he can fill the void left by what we expect in Pepe leaving, then that's great. If not, can we make some peace? Because, again, what we do with the players, obviously the Sakas, the Smith Rowes, now Eddie and Ketia, etc. That's obviously we're Arsenal. We want people coming through Haaland. You know, it's always been a youngster thing here. Arsene Wenger typified that. But people need to be able to make profit, especially as, you know, we get priced out of moves. You've seen Darwin Núñez, Martinez, you know, potentially Gnabry, depending on the level of interest. So what we do with the Haaland boys that don't make it, you know, again, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, we're going to get into it, but once upon a time, we could have just took a little 20 million on him and reinvested that. Eddie and Ketia, there could have been a position. And for me, where Marquinhos, where Balogun, where all these guys are concerned, I hope they all progress into the first team of some stature. But if not, if they can be sold on and we can redistribute funds to do other things, then it is what it is, people. Not everyone's going to be Martinelli. Some man are going to be Wellington Silva and them sort of things there, man. So, yeah, any opinions, talking points, etc., you know how it gets. People don't feel any sort of way about getting them in. And as usual, one love to you lot checked in. Can we make sure we're hitting the likes? We're at 37 already. So, yeah, obviously, Xhaka has been linked linked with Roma again. I know, people, we've seen this story. You know, there's more episodes in Xhaka to Roma than, you know, what United fans used to have with what I used to call unlocking Paul Pogba, and a lot of you used to call it. Ainsley Maitland-Niles has been linked with Nottingham Forest, probably because Middlesbrough are not trying to sell him to Nottingham Forest for what they can afford. I mean, Spence is going to Spurs, and, you know, them sort of things there. Apparently, you know, they've priced Nottingham Forest out of it. So Spence is going Spurs. It's probably a merry-go-round. For Ainsley Maitland-Niles, obviously the first task for Forest is to stay in the division and whatnot. I don't know if they'll give him competitive wages, but you'd imagine that's a team. Forest is a massive club. It's a big club. It's a big team. It's a team that belongs in the Premier League. All those cliches. They've won the champs. We haven't. Obviously, for me with Ainsley, that move, probably not the finest you could go to, but you would settle down roots. You know, he's got a young family now. Obviously, congratulations in advance. His wife is pregnant. What I mean by that is, obviously, footballer's life is volatile. Everybody moves up and down, up and down. Everyone moves around and things like that. Football, you could be, I don't know, you could be playing in Dubai one year, then you're playing in England, then you're going on loan to Italy and all these sort of things. But you'd imagine for his young developing family and for him on the football field with Ainsley, it's probably now time to stay in the same place for a couple of years. You kind of know where you stand, not just him, but a lot of these players. You know, Ainsley, it feels like we always find the conclusion on his future. 1 minute he's leaving, then he's staying. You give it a few months, and then we're back to square one, sort of thing. Make sure you're hitting the like button as well. It would have been nice to make some money on him, really and truly. It would have been nice to make better money, because we could have had 20 million, and that, you know, sometimes you just need to bite the bullet. Obviously, he, you know, Ainsley benefited from the free at the back tax once upon a time. We won, I swear, as soon as we won the Community Shield against Liverpool, he was linked with obviously going to Wolves or Everton, and we said no. You know, for Ainsley, I love the guy in it. Pause. I want him to, obviously, I want all the Haaland boys to make it here and things, but sooner or later, you've got to bite the bullet, and it is what it is. Not everybody can go the distance. Some men are going to stay here for a couple of seasons. Some people are going to be moved on. It is what it is, really and truly. So, yeah, and for me, it's all about redistributing funds. You know, since Arteta and Edu have taken over, of course, historically, we have not made too much money on selling players. We're just ripping up contracts. You know, what would we say? I would say a good piece of business, probably a Wolby, Joe Willock, in terms of outgoings. Feel free to interject, people, but we haven't done too well at that. Obviously, Chelsea, obviously with their new owner, I don't know what they own, but they need money less than us. They make a profit. Liverpool somehow getting 17 million for Minamino, and there's probably a couple of other clubs that are exceptions to the rules. It's not about more time in the, I believe, what you can hustle, especially Premier League teams. Everybody's hanging each other. There was 50 million for Sigurdsson. Everton just released him the other day. Everybody's finessing each other, and it's about what you can hustle. We need to start doing that sort of stuff, you know, really. We need to get better deals for bringing people in. We need to get better deals for people going out. And obviously, when we bring in these sort of stopgap players, which I would say where Cedric is probably staying, and Marie, don't put them on contracts in terms of length and wages, in that it makes it difficult to move them on, sort of thing. As you know, Marie's contracted until 2024. Udinese are struggling to come up with the P's. Bellerin's contracted until 2023. I think he will probably see a resolution over his future just because of the willingness from a potential club in Betis, Bellerin and Arsenal, but you make it difficult. Cedric is staying, but if you ever wanted to move on Cedric, you're going to struggle in that regards. And it's not just a Cedric thing. There's other players, you know. Again, Eddie Nketiah, I hope he's settled down roots now. He's doing what he's doing now. But if there comes a reality where next striker becomes available, if we find 2 strikers, or Balogun goes on loan and becomes a madman next year, and Eddie Nketiah becomes obsolete, you need to be making peas. If he's really on 100 bags a week, you know, just to play devil's advocate, that's going to make it difficult, because at the same time, you got to put yourself in the player's shoes. I'm sure a lot of these guys want to go play football, want to go do these things, but, you know, you want to make sure you're getting good money and good wages. Definitely where Marie and Cedric are. I couldn't begrudge players for wanting to stay and see out their contract. In Lacazette's case, where you're on big P's and you're obviously going to get a loyalty bonus and things like that. So these are just things to bear in mind. Like I said, in terms of ripping up contracts, mismanagement of finances, these were inherent problems that Arteta and Edu stepped in. But where Arteta and Edu are concerned, there's been some issues where they've fallen short on it as well. They might not have brought Pepe in, but they brought Willian in. They gave Aubameyang a new deal and tore them up. You know, a couple of other contracts were written up and things. You know, Ainsley could have been sold. We didn't do it, and it's not just him. There's a few of these players, and to a degree, we need to be cruel, to be kind. We need to remove the romantic nature of this sort of thing. Business is business, and I do think all clubs do it, but we need to sometimes just. He might be a cool guy, but these players can't really take us to a certain level. You know, Lacazette, El Nene, Cedric, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I'm not saying these guys should be gone or whatnot. I'm just saying, according to there's no way any Arsenal fan in their heart could say in August they've said one thing about the following names. Granite could be thrown into that as well. And then according to the months that follow, there's obviously different ones. There was a time where Arsenal fans, every Arsenal fan, not me though, but every Arsenal fan was screaming Lacazette new deal. Or when I say everyone, you know what I mean. Now, obviously, people will like, I never said that. Says I put my hand on the Bible, basically, or the religious book and lying. They never said that. There's too much flavorable players where every 4, 5, 6, 7 games they look crap or they look good. We need a bit more consistency, really and truly. So, yeah, man, that's just something for us to bear in mind, really and truly. We need to hustle better. We need to become better hustlers. And for me, how achievable or better yet, how attainable is that, people? Edu's learning the tricks and trades. Yeah, he's worked in the Brazil job and that, and I might be ignorant because I can just barely understand football. But he's not like Luis Campos or Paul Mitchell or Michael Edwards. They ain't got a CV of them, and they got CVs of selling players for decent money, outsmarting the market and things. And for us, we need to be on that sort of thing more, really, because I actually still think the problem isn't identifying targets. We sit there and we dither and things. Guimaraes was there for time, bro. Guimaraes, obviously, he's at Newcastle. It is what it is. Our loss is Newcastle's gain, you know. He was there for time at Lyon. Whatever, fair enough, Newcastle probably offered him more wages and made him buy into their project. But it's things like that. When there's a player there, we sit on our hands, we mess about and things like that. And for me, Edu specifically, and obviously Arteta, because he's involved in the tactical front, this is a summer where for me, you need to lay down a marker. I'm not saying go out and buy Messi and these things. We can't do it. But, and I've said this before, I'm not expecting you to get everybody in and bring everybody and get everybody out. It's unattainable, but there needs to be significant business. Credit where due. Last summer, I personally feel where Arsenal are concerned, that was a better summer for us. Obviously, Odegaard looks good business. Tomiyasu's added something. I'm very happy with Ramsdale. I still retain faith in Lokonga. Tavares, it is what it is. Like I said, if you can become a player, great. But if you can turn that 8 million into 16 or something, calm. And then, you know, jury's still out on Ben White purely because he cost 50 million. But I can see why he was bought in terms of ball playing and things. You know, we did say at the start of last summer, we can't really see how these players improve our team. But and to a degree, in hindsight, you can't really say we have improved, even though you can. But at the same time, you get where I'm going with that. So, yeah, man, it's just something for us to bear in mind, man. I'm not really feeling Berardi. Mavropanos, Willian, Ozil, Kolasinac, Guendouzi, soon Torreira, Aubameyang, soon Bellerin, much more. And the thing is, you probably got to keep a couple of them. Like, I would like to keep Torreira, but his heart's not in it. It seems like Arteta's made it abundantly clear that, whatever, you're not involved. You know, obviously, Xhaka probably is going to stay. You've got El Nene on a new deal. You've got Lokonga there now as well. Odegaard can play as 8. He's tried to flirt with Smith Rowe there as well. So obviously, it probably you're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna see 2 midfielders. So I don't think we're gonna see Telemans and Basuma. I don't think you would see a resolution with Torreira and things. Even though I do think we need a whole host of better midfielders and we need better depth, really, because. You know, again, obviously Arsenal, we're not Liverpool. We're not going to be competing for quadruples and things like that. But, you know, I want to go as far as we can in the FA Cup. Anything less than the final in the Europa League / winning it is failure. You want to, you know, we need to get top 4 next season or don't bottle it in the manner we did historically. So you're going to need a squad. Obviously, injuries, suspensions, loss of form. Other players are going to play better when other players are playing worse and vice versa. These are segments that we all know comes with this football thing. So, yeah, man, it is what it is in that regards, really and truly, people. So we're gonna need to do a Mazda, really. We're gonna need to improve a tenfold in that regards, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Before we get into the transfer news, 59 likes. You know what? No transfer news till we hit 100 likes. Let me see what you lot are saying, people. Twitch gang, you lot doing amazing. I just woke up angry. What's going on with Arteta? Why is he angry? Are we getting any signings in DJ? I don't know, my guy. What I would say is keep a cool head. The window opened yesterday. By all means, get nervous. You know, you want to see people getting in. You're seeing Spurs bring in Perisic, get Spence. They've been linked with Bastoni. They're trying to make movements. United, De Jong and Konku, all these things. Obviously, Liverpool have a sick team anyways. They're going to get in Nunes. Certain man just brought in Haaland. probably other bits and pieces that are missing out. Real Madrid just Champions League winners. They got Luka Modric, Casemiro, and Toni Kroos. They still bringing in midfielders. So I understand it. I get it. But, you know, let's just take time. That Destiny guy with Udinese is wavy, bro. Wavy. And he's been, you know, on the scene for a hot minute at youth level for Italy. It seems like he's going to end up at Juventus. But, yeah, you know, we was linked with Molina previously at Udinese. Why not, man? You know, why not, bro? I wish we skied Italy more. But for me, I'm very pessimistic when we're linked with players coming out of Italy just because we've had our pants pulled down with Locatelli, with Granit Xhaka, you know, with just anything that comes out of Italian links. Obviously, Vlahovic, Lautaro Martinez. It just seems like we're taking around the houses and whatnot when it comes to players linked in Italy or players from Italy or whatnot. Maybe Scamacca could be an exception to the rule, but we'll have to see, people. I personally think that Scamacca is a backup if we do not get Jesus, and he's been linked with PSG. Who's going to give you more wages? Who's going to offer you more competitive things, especially if they go and get Zidane there? But then again, how much time is he going to play? Because you got Icardi, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, all these guys. We're a bargaining chip for Serie A. Yo, DG, don't know how you're not pulling 1,000+ likes a video. I don't know, my guy, man. It's the game's the game. One day, man. Who else breaks into the Emirates every day to stream Arsenal? So frustrating with how slow they work on deals. My dude, 24 more likes till the transfer news starts. Like it up. Transfer news or all gas. It probably is, but what else we got to do, mate? We just speculate. We just talk. We just, in a theoretical world, humor ourselves, you know. In a day, hey, man said BG. I don't know who that is, but in a day and age where we don't know if Arsenal are going to sign players, let's just dream. But Roma not paying 100 million for Xhaka. Come on now, man. You're smart enough for that. Milinkovic Savic is that person, DG. I like him, but I just feel it'll be a bit like Paul Pogba. Like it'll be a gas signing, but you need to know how the midfield thing is going to work. And for me, I've been on to Arteta since he's come into this club on midfield. I'm going to be really onto him come the start of the season / end of the window because he was a midfielder, bro. Think about it. If Joe Bloggs was a centre half in the professional Premier League game and he retired, the one place when he becomes a manager that should look like they're 30 should be centre half people, you know. So, and I don't get it. We had a technical director who obviously was part of the Invincibles, weren't the guy like that, but was part of it. Arteta, you know, you've worked under Pep Guardiola. You see how crucial it is in midfield. You've come through La Masia. You've been at decent clubs and whatnot, you know. You can see Arsenal's midfield, you know, obviously. Goals win you games. We don't necessarily score goals. Why we finished fifth for clean sheets? We're probably not a good defensive side. We're just about an improved defensive side. It's the midfield battle. I look at my midfield. They're not tenacious. They're not physically imposing. They're not technicians. They're not street smart. It's a mixed bag. I don't think any of the midfielders in principle in Xhaka, Lokonga, Odegaard, if you want to count his ability to play there, Partey, obviously. I don't think any of them are bad players, but it's a mixed bag. You know, I think teams below us get more of a tune. Did you vote for the goal of the year for Arsenal? No, I didn't. Is the voting still going? If not, I got zanged. Because no, I didn't vote for that, my guy. I need to. So that's just what I feel.